Now, for a review of what's making the headlines in the papers this morning, we'll quickly take a look at the front pages of the newspapers at our disposal. Of course, as usual, as customary, we'll start with This Day, which is our sister publication. This Day newspaper being our sister publication will be our first port of call this morning. Stock market gains 1.95 trillion naira in January. Federal government meets J.P. Morgan to ramp up investment. That's a bold headline on the front page of This Day this morning. And of course, we can see it's got some riders. In recovery ratings, our Fitch retains Nigeria, 13 others in category D. Stock market gains 1.95 trillion naira in January. Federal government meets J.P. Morgan to ramp up investment. It's got a rider. In recovery ratings, Fitch retains Nigeria, 13 others in category D. Of course, we'll find the details of that on page 5. It's right on page 5 of This Day newspaper. As acclaimed the best newspaper in Nigeria. Now, PDP governors move to save party from crisis. PDP governors move to save party from crisis. Endorsed Udeokoye as national secretary. Those are the riders. Advised party's leadership to hold NEC meeting March 13. These are the riders. JAMB shift 2025 UTME registration to February 3. That's Monday right there. Anxiety heightens among Nigerian immigrants over Donald Trump's deportation policy. Anxiety heightens among Nigerian immigrants over Donald Trump's deportation policy. You'll find that at the topmost top of the front page of This Day newspaper this morning. Very quickly, let's move to other local newspapers before we check the foreign newspapers. The Punch. Let's check the Punch. Saturday Punch. Let's look at Saturday Punch. U.S.-based Nigerians go into hiding amid Trump's deportation crackdown. If the director is with me, we'll quickly put the Punch, Saturday Punch, on the screen for you. Saturday Punch, U.S.-based Nigerians go into hiding amid Trump's deportation crackdown. You'll find that on the front page of Saturday Punch. And we've got more for you. We've stopped going to church, work, public places, immigrants. That's the rider you find under U.S.-based Nigerians go into hiding amid Trump's deportation crackdown. A dark side of Okita rituals where youths get buried alive to acquire wealth. Can you imagine that in this age? You find that in the Punch newspaper this morning. And of course, PSC retires police officers as sons debate IG's tenure extension. PDP governors back Udeokoye as national secretary. Demand NEC March 13. Inside story of two Baba Annie's failed marriage. You find all of that in the Punch, Saturday Punch. And of course, femicide epidemic, grim realities of ladies brutally murdered by supposed lovers. That again can be found in Saturday Punch. Drunk Lagos driver kills army officer, 18 others lose arms, legs. All of that can be found in Saturday Punch this morning. You want to make a copy available for yourself this morning as you go about your weekend. That will be a good company for you. Saturday Punch. What about the Guardian? Let's see what we have in the Guardian. How enforcement agencies can avoid rights violation. Chasing suspects. How enforcement agencies can avoid rights violation. You can find that in the Guardian this morning for your viewing and reading pleasure. get a copy of The Guardian. Sharia imbroglio. Sharia imbroglio. Murik alleges plot to unleash violence on Southwest Muslims. You'll find that right on page 2 of The Guardian this morning. Federal universities without national character. What about that? What does it say about national character? It's on the back page of The Guardian. Saturday Guardian this morning. The Guardian for the weekend has a nurture your conscience with truth. It's a conscience nurtured by truth. You find more on The Guardian. APC, opposition parties, and rough road to 2027 elections. Politics, that's page 28 for you, slipping over into page 29 of The Guardian. APC, opposition parties, and rough road to 2027 elections. What about that? Let's also see Spotlight, page 14. OICL plots strategic initiatives in hospitality, agribusiness, real estate, all of that in The Guardian weekend for your viewing, reading pleasure as you go about your Saturday. You want to get a copy of that as well to see what stories are making the rounds in The Guardian. Let's quickly see the Daily Telegraph. Okay, we have the Vanguard for you as well. Okay, very quickly. They just sent me the Vanguard as well this morning. Let's see, before we go to the foreign newspapers, let's bring you the Vanguard. You can see it right on your screen, the Vanguard this morning. Security operatives coordinate our business. Who is saying that? Why don't you get a copy of the Vanguard this morning? Security operatives coordinate our business. And you have a lot of other stories on the Vanguard right there for you. While I don't have it here, you can see it on your screen. I think you have a better view since you have it on the screen. You've got a better view of the Vanguard right there. Okay, let's quickly see what we have in the foreign newspapers. Starting with, let's see how we start the foreign newspapers. Okay, let's start with the Independent. Let's start with the Independent. The foreign newspapers now. The Independent. Very quickly. Lamy demands free Aung San Suu Kyi. Lamy demands free Aung San Suu Kyi. That's the foreign secretary right there. I suppose foreign secretary, UK foreign secretary David Lamy speaking, saying Lamy demands free Aung San Suu Kyi. What about Sylvia Patterson? My 24 hours on the road with bunkers. Marian are faithful right there saying that. You want to check the Independent. What about iWeekend? Let's say iWeekend. You can get it right on your screen. iWeekend. Most UK voters back on the 30s migration deal and Brexit reset with the EU. Most UK voters back on the 30s migration deal and Brexit reset with the EU. You can find that right in iWeekend. iWeekend will serve you that fully. In your 7-day pullout section, what about that? Scott Mills, Radio 2's new star on anxiety, BBC salaries and defying ageism. You'll find all of that in iWeekend this morning. iWeekend, make it available for yourself so you can see the details of the headlines that we just brought you. Daily Mail. Let's quickly see Daily Mail. We've got time for more. Daily Mail. 4-page puzzle pullout to help beat dementia, compiled by top brain health expert. That's interesting, isn't it? 4-page puzzle pullout to help beat dementia, compiled by top brain health expert. You'll get that in Daily Mail. £500 John Lewis gift card to be won every day. Yet again, in the Daily Mail. Don't you want to win something? Check out the Daily Mail. Andrew told Epstein, we'll play more soon. Andrew told Epstein, we'll play more soon. That's a screaming headline on the front page of the Daily Mail. And of course, it's got writers. Duke wrote email to billionaire pedophile telling him to keep in close touch. After date, he claimed he had broken off contact. Will Ryan Reynolds' nice guy reputation survive as wife and Blake Lively's toxic feud hits court? That's a big question right there. I can answer the question. Do you want to check out the Daily Mail for that and see if you can get some answers to that question? Check out the Daily Mail, foreign Daily Mail. What about Daily Mirror? We've got Daily Mirror for you as well. Daily Mirror. Daily Mirror, only £2 free shop bet, strictly exclusive. Babe had a wine warning. Had a wine warning, quote unquote. Babe had a wine warning. Strictly exclusive. Right in the Daily Mirror for the weekend. Ruth, divorce is painful, but my friends got me through. That's Ruth. Which Ruth is that? Check out Daily Mirror. Divorce is painful, but my friends got me through. And if you want more, you can discover the power to lower prices on page 2 of Daily Mirror, right there. Daily Mirror. Daily Express. Well, we've got some time for Daily Express as well. I will fight to honor well of people. I will fight to honor well of people. Who is saying that? To whom? I want to check Daily Express. And of course, something free inside right there for you. Check out Daily Express this weekend so you can get a lot. The Guardian. Let's say Foreign Guardian. Foreign Guardian. The long walk back to find my home crushed, buried. The long walk back to find my home crushed, buried. Who is saying that? Which home are they talking about? The Guardian will serve the detail this morning. Check out The Guardian to find also slow cooking special issue right in The Guardian. The return of big hair. You find that again in The Guardian. The day I was hunted by Bear Grylls. Yet again in The Guardian right there for you. Our bodies, the photos that change the way we see them. Our bodies, the photos that change the way we see them. We're saying that. You find that in the Saturday Guardian right there for you. Make Saturday Guardian available for yourself so you can check out a lot of the story. The Times. Let's say The Times for it. The Times. Long-term sick facing crackdown on benefits. Long-term sick facing crackdown on benefit. Who is sick facing crackdown benefit? You want to check out that. What about inside Montecito? Harry and Meghan's super rich hometown. My Trump makeover. Both in the hair, spray tan, orange glow. That's a Trump makeover right there for you. May the Brit who French women want to look like. May the Brit, that's a Britain, who French women want to look like. Now Ferguson, what about Neil Ferguson, America's new deal. America's new deal. You want to check out that in Saturday, the Times Saturday rather for you. A lot of stories for you in the Times if you have the time to check the Times this weekend time. The Daily Telegraph. Trump kicks off trade war with China. That's been long overdue. Daily Telegraph. The Daily Telegraph. Trump kicks off trade war with China. We'll see where that ends. Best European holidays of the beaten track. Best European holidays of the beaten track. The top left corner of the Daily Telegraph this Saturday for you. And then you can see that smiling face. Rick Stein, I feel sorry for Greg Wallace. That's Rick Stein saying he feels sorry for Greg Wallace in the Daily Telegraph. More headlines coming from the Daily Telegraph. British Hamas hostage held at UN facility. British Hamas hostage held at UN facility. You want to check out that in the Daily Telegraph this Saturday. So you make the weekend worth the while for yourself. What about the Sun? Foreign Sun. Sub-use Andrew. What that about? That's a screaming headline on the front page of the Sun. Want to check it out? More humiliation for Prince. Duke of York pub rapes down portrait. Duke of York pub rapes down portrait. Threat of new FBI probe over Epstein. Threat of new FBI probe over Epstein. You want to check out the Sun newspaper this Saturday morning. Drunk. Okay, that's something that's popping up right there. Okay, we've got more for you. Before we go, let's quickly wrap this up this morning. Let's quickly wrap this up with more. Let me give you something from Financial Times Weekend. Financial Times Weekend, FT Weekend. Maybe we'll wrap up with that one. Financial Times Weekend, FT Weekend. AstraZeneca ditches vaccine plant. AstraZeneca ditches a vaccine plant. That's been in the news ever since COVID. So what's the latest with AstraZeneca ditching vaccine plant? Pharma Group junks £450 million plan. That's the rider right there for you. And the second rider, a wrangle over state support. Third rider, blow to growth agenda. All of those three riders under AstraZeneca ditches vaccine plant. Three riders, Pharma Group junks £450 million plan, wrangle over state support, and the third rider, blow to growth agenda. Under AstraZeneca ditches vaccine plant. We've got more for you very quickly as we wrap up. Beijing bunker, China digs out vast war room. What's that about? Check out Financial Times Weekend. And of course, sober coach to the stars, Tony Dominic's Rescue Act, still in Financial Times Weekend. And then US-China, that's a question. US-China, this could go bad. Jake Sullivan saying right there, US-China, this could go bad. Jake Sullivan. I want to check out Financial Times Weekend to get the details of that. City urges Reeves to curb cash ISIS in bid to divert more savings into stocks. Of course, that's right. And Financial Times Weekend today. You want to check it out to see what that is all about. That's all we have time for here on Daybreak. It's been so good keeping company, having you as our company right here on Daybreak. Up next is on Arise News. Up next is the morning show. This is how I say my goodbye. I'm Tolu Ojelmi, wishing you a rollicking weekend. Have a good month.